Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be playing around with the January Ice Cream Beauty Box. I am so sorry I am late with this video. I've had this box for a little while now, but I was having some technical difficulties with my mic. I couldn't get it filmed. I got a new mic and everything, so we're back on track. So I'm just going to run over the products and then we'll get into this tutorial. I absolutely love how this look turned out. So first and foremost, we got the star of the show. That's always the eyeshadow palette for me. This is from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. Absolutely love Beauty Moon Cosmetics. Their formula is really nice, very easy to work with. This is the Boudica Warrior Princess palette. Absolutely stunning eyeshadow palette. I also love how this was laid out. So it was laid out in quads. So this would be your first quad, this would be your second quad, and this would be your third quad. They try to simplify it and make it easy to use. Of course, you can mix and match however you like to. That's what I did today. So I used the black, the white, the dark brown, this shade over here. I also used the gold. So I used quite a few shades today. And I am so happy with how this look turned out. Again, absolutely love Beauty Moon Cosmetics and so happy we got this eyeshadow palette. Okay, so next up we got this Appeal palette. Now this is an all cream palette. As you can see, I mixed these two shades for my bronzer. I didn't use any for concealer, but I did use this shade for blush, and that shade is absolutely gorgeous. So they did blend out pretty easily. They didn't pick up my makeup underneath. The only complaint I have about this palette is how little these are. So you kind of have to use like a flat brush, you know, to get in there and actually apply it to your skin. And then I had to use a different brush to blend it out. So not really ideal, but if you're traveling and you want just like a one-stop shop little palette for all your creams, this is a nice option. Again, the formula is really nice on it. I just don't really care for the pan size, but I will definitely use this because the formula is really nice. Blended out really good, had really nice pigment. Next up, we got this little brush set. So I use this to blend out my bronzer and my blush once I place it down, and I really like it to blend those out. This would probably be a really nice brush for foundation. I just prefer to use sponges, so that's why I just went ahead and used it for my bronzer and blush today. I used this for concealer, blended it out beautifully. Absolutely love how this blended out my concealer. It is like a little too big, but it's not overly big to where you can't work with it or it doesn't work. Again, it blended out beautifully with concealer. And then this I just used for the inner corner highlight, but you could absolutely use it for a shimmer on the lid as well. If you know, you know, I love to get brushes, so I will happily add these to my collection. I really like this bullet lipstick. It's not a matte lipstick. It doesn't dry down. It gives your lips a nice moisturized feeling, so I do like that. And absolutely love this Illuminati lip gloss that we got to go on top of it. These can be a hit or miss for me, but this one is a good one. I love this lip combo. I did go in with some dark brown lip liners, of course, but really nice neutral lip. Okay, the ZC little mascara was just for me. You really can't tell because I did use a black eyeshadow on the lower lash line, but it really didn't do much for the lashes either way. I like that it's a small applicator, but I just really don't care for the formula on this. I will test it again, but so far not really impressed with this. But really quick before we get into the tutorial, if you like my unboxings and try-ons, please make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe. Also, if you ring the notification bell, that'll notify you every time I upload. But I am super excited to show you guys this makeup look today. I feel so pretty and I can't wait for you to see how I created this look. Okay, so I tried zooming you in a little bit this time. Hopefully you can see a little bit better detailed on the eyeshadows when I'm doing them. But we're going to go ahead and start with the Boudica palette. This is the Warrior Princess by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. Love Beauty Moon Cosmetics. So I have my eyebrows done, my eyelids primed. And I'm going to start, I believe, in this shade here with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put that in the crease and buff it up to the brow. These eyeshadows are very pigmented, so a little will go a long way. Super smooth on the lid. Of course, same thing for this side. Just putting it in the crease and then going to buff it up to the brow. Just blending it out, getting a nice wash of color. These blend super easily. Now I'm just gonna go into this black shade. I've been really into like dark smoky eyes lately. So I was super excited when I seen a black in this palette. I also really love how this palette is laid out. It's actually laid out in 3 quads, which makes it super easy to use. This black is so pigmented. A little is going a long way. This is just 1 dip on each side. Okay, to start blending out the black, I'm going to switch over to a different brush and I'm going to go into this really dark brown shade. I love to get a dark brown shade with black. It just makes it super easy to blend out. And I'm just putting it directly on top of that black color and buffing it out. I am just going to work that shade into the crease a little just to buff it out and add a little bit of dimension to the look. Gosh, these are really so pretty though. Now I'm just going to dip back into that first shade just to buff out that dark brown shade a little. Get a nice gradient going. Go back in with that dark brown shade. Just kind of a back and forth thing. Just blend just so we don't have any harsh lines. Gonna go back in with a little bit of the black. Still just keeping that on the outer corner. Go back in with that dark brown. This is just reinforcing the colors, building them up to the shade that you want them to be. I want the pigment to be there, but I want it to look nice and blown out. Going back with the first brush and just lightly blending out. Doesn't really matter if you make a mess because we can go back and clean up with a makeup wipe. Okay, so now I'm going to switch brushes and I'm going to go into this really pretty gold shade. And I'm going to apply that to the lid. So pretty. It's very pigmented. I am getting some fallout from this shade, but again, doesn't bother me because we're going to be cleaning up anyway. I'm not trying to be super neat with this. Of course, bring it over that black shade just a little. Bring it up and just buff it out into that crease a little bit. Going back with the black brush, not adding anything to it and just meshing the two together on both sides. Going back with the gold shade a little, just because I felt like I over blended. Go back with the black. Ooh, that looks pretty. I really like that black and gold together. Now I'm just going to take a flat brush and I'm going to go into this shade here. I'm going to use that for the brow bone. It's a really pretty white shade just to carve out the brow bone. Then of course I'm going to go back with my first brush and blend out. Don't want any harsh lines. We want everything to flow nicely together. Buff out the top of that gold. It's looking so cute. I love it. So now I'm just going to clean up with a makeup wipe. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of my black Ioni eyeliner. So I am going to go in with a set of these Ioni lashes. I'm just going to use the Kiss Lash Glue. I love this lash glue. It works so well. I was going to go in with my P. Louise half lash, but I was like, no girl, switch it up. I love them half lashes though. I really need to get on Amazon and order me some more. I'm going to go ahead and line the top of the lid really quick. A little bit of Oak Lawn eyeliner. Literally the easiest eyeliner to use. I'm also going to prep the skin for foundation, so I'm going to use this Mirabella serum. This serum is so hydrating, works beautifully underneath of makeup. I'm also going to use the P. Louise Sauce on the Side moisturizer. Again, works so nicely under makeup. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the lashes. I'm going to look down in a mirror and then adjust and just squeeze together. Okay, and then I'm just going to apply this one, same thing, look down into the mirror, stick it to the center, and then adjust. And this corner is being a pain, so I'm just going to put a little lash glue on the lid and just kind of hold the lash in place. It doesn't take long for lash glue to dry on your actual lid. And then you can always go back with your liner and readjust your liner just to make sure it flows nice. Okay, so for primer, I'm just going to use this one from Oma Beauty. You can get this from Walmart. This one's really nice, hydrating, and it gives your skin like a little bit of glow. Now I'm going to go in with the Oma Beauty foundation. This is in Fair Lady. Really is a nice foundation, blends out really good, has a good medium to full coverage. The shade range is not the greatest. It has like fair, light, medium, tan, that kind of thing. But if you can find a shade that works for you, definitely recommend trying it. It's a natural finish. So now that I got the foundation applied, I'm going to go into the Appeal palette that we got. This is a really nice palette. It's all creams. It's 12 shades, universal. You can use to highlight under the eyes. You can use for concealer. You can use for bronzer, contour, blush, lipstick. So there's a lot of different options here. I'm going to try to use this little brush here that I have for contour bronzer. Maybe mix this shade and this shade together and try to use that for bronzer. I'm kind of dipping into the shades around it a little with this brush. I'm just trying to dip in and then apply. It's actually a really pretty color. It's kind of going on a little wonky, but I think that's just because of how I'm having to dip into the pan. So what I'm going to do is just get a flat brush and I'm going to kind of dip in to both colors and maybe draw out on my face. Then I'll go back and try to blend with a brush, and hopefully this works. It doesn't look like it's picking up my foundation when I'm applying it. So now what I'm going to do is take this brush that we got with our ice cream box and I'm going to blend it out because it is a dense brush. This brush would work good with foundation as well. I was actually planning on using this for the blush, but I feel like this will work really good for the bronzer. And it is blending in pretty nicely. Now I'm just going to take my beauty sponge and go back over and around the edges. Overall, I don't think that the color's bad. I think that the color's pretty good. The formula's pretty good. Again, I just don't really love how small the pan size are. And I think I'm going to use this shade here for my blush. And just kind of do the same. Add a little. Seems pretty pigmented. Just going to use the same brush to blend out this blush as well. Ooh, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. That looks really good on the skin actually. Ooh, I really like that as a blush. That's pretty. Okay, so for concealer, I'm just going to use this one from NYX that I got. I've been trying to test this out. This is in the shade Vanilla. Very brightening, but I love a brightening concealer. I've seen a lot of people using this as like a spot concealer. I'm also going to use this other brush that we got for concealer. It's a little large for my liking for concealer, to be honest with you. It is doing a nice job at blending it in though. Then I'm going to blend it down into that blush. Yeah, I'm not mad at these brushes. These are pretty nice. Just blend down into that blush. That looks really good actually. So I'm just going to set under the eye with a little bit of the Physicians formula. So for bronzer and blush, I'm going to use this Beauty Crop palette. I can't remember if we got this in Slay Glam or Ice Cream, but one of the subscription boxes. I'm just going to take my brush and use this bronzer just to bronze up the skin. I actually feel like this palette complements that Appeal palette so nicely. So now I'm just going to take my stippling brush and use the blush. Ooh, that's really pigmented. Matches that cream really nicely. So for highlight today, I'm going to go in and use this Ofra highlight. We got this in one of our Ice Cream beauty boxes as well. Love this highlighter. So for our lipstick, we got this one from Appeal. I love that we got a classic bullet lipstick. I think I'm going to pair this with a brown lip liner today. I'm just going to go in and use the one from e.l.f. Then I'm just going to go in with the lipstick. Feels really nice on the lips though. Gonna go in with this lip liner from Bodyography in shade Timber. We also got this lip gloss from Illuminati Cosmetics. Ooh, this color is pretty. That actually looks super cute. I really like the lip liners with the lipstick and the lip gloss on top of it. Really pretty. Illuminati lip glosses can be a hit or a miss, but I feel like this is a good one. I'm just going to take this last little brush that we got in our brush set, and I'm going to use it for the inner corner. I'm going to use that white shade and just pop a little on the inner corner. So pretty. I'm also going to go into the black shade with just a small pencil brush, and I'm just going to buff out the lower lash line. Oh, this looks so good. So last but not least, we got the ZC little mascara. I love how tiny this wand is. It is like so tiny. This is going to work like so good for the lower lash line. I love using little wands like this. It really gets in there and coats them. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to see because I used black on the lower lash line. And then I am going to use it just to press my lashes into the falsies. Go in and use just a little bit of brow gel. And then last but not least, we're going to use a little bit of Milani Make It Last. I mean, this look is so pretty. Okay, girl, so this is the completed look using the January Ice Cream Beauty Box. I absolutely love how this look turned out. But as always, girl, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!